Hey y'all, my name is Gabriel Sandoval and I'm going to introduce you to my team for this hypersonics video.
My name is Posse Adunlaya.
And I am Justin Rich.
And we're going to present to you a conceptual spacecraft that will survive and overcome challenges on Venus. But first, Venus is the second largest of the innermost planets closest to the Sun, and it reigns sovereign as the hottest one. Now, its hellish-like conditions make it very hard to land on Venus and even survive. It makes any challenge of descent onto the planet near unsurmountable.
Our spacecraft will approach the planet at basically hypersonic speeds, as it is called in this project. And as it rapidly descends into clouds comprised of sulfuric acid, we will also face another threat of the atmosphere of 92 times the ones on Earth. Not only that, scalding hot temperatures of over 800 degrees Fahrenheit.
Now, as the regime transition from hyper to supersonic occurs, a multitude of shock waves are going to stack upon each other, which is going to cause compression, increasing pressure and temperature on the spacecraft.
This means we would need a lightweight and heat-resistant metal, aka carbon phenolic, for our heat shield. But this is only the beginning. The immense speed in which our spacecraft approaches the celestial body causes such great temperatures that the chemical bonds in the air molecules are broken, resulting in plasma surrounding the spacecraft.
This means our shuttle would need short and blunt wings and would need to approach Venus at a specific angle in order to dissipate excess speed.
Honorable mentions on how we can land the shuttle. Well, basically, when we are arriving at Venus, our spacecraft will deploy a set of gravitational thrusters that will gradually help the shuttle slow down upon entry or help it on orbit. In order to land, we would need to measure how fast the shuttle would be arriving at Venus. And those measurements can also help us maneuver the G-thrusters on the way down.
For Venus, the general approach for a lander has been to have it enter the atmosphere and then be decelerated by the immense friction of the atmosphere, then drop at a terminal velocity to the surface to minimize the time spent in it. The monotonous time spent in the Venusian atmosphere while landing is what actually caused the downfall of some of the Venera spacecrafts sent by the Soviets. To survive for a substantial amount of time, we would need a cooling system that maintains a consistent thermal temperature. We would need to absorb the thermal energy and get rid of it at the same rate Venus inputs the heat. There are a lot of options to choose from when talking about cooling, but a passively cooled system is the most practical way of cooling without the weight of the spacecraft becoming unrealistic due to unnecessary electronics. This method of cooling is a protective shell with a high thermal mass containing electrical components. Then placed within it would be lithium nitrate trihydrate, which would melt at a specific temperature and would circulate within the spacecraft to cool it.
With the utilization of drag, thermal-resistant metal, and self-maneuvering technology, we can land on Venus.